Next, we're going to start looking at where the storage is on your device and what you're going to be able to do within your device. First thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our search so we can get back into where all of our applications and things are. If what you want is right down here on your recent application, you can click on it very quickly, or you can click on all apps and you're going to be able to see all the applications that you have available. What we're going to be looking at in this video is going to be your Google Drive. This is the core area in which all of your information is stored in your device. So we're going to open up our Google Drive. You'll notice that it does open in a web browser because the thing is completely web-based. In your drive, you're going to see different files or folders that you have available to you. You're going to see on the left side also a button that says shared with me. If you have received or someone else has created a Google Drive document and they have shared it with you, and we'll get into sharing later, but they have shared it with you, then you will have the opportunity to click on shared with me and you will be able to see any devices that have been shared with you. Nothing has been shared with this account, so nothing is there. I'll be able to also see all my recent documents that have been created, anything that's started in the trash. You're going to see that there are folders with subfolders created inside of them. This folder here, TechSmith, is where our videos are going, so you can see some of the videos that we've done so far. But this one needs to be deleted. It's no longer useful. It was a mess up. It's about 30 seconds long and has no importance to it at all, so it needs to be deleted. In order to delete, I can click on it. If I'm on a Chromebook, I'm going to use two-finger tap. If I'm using a Chrome box with a mouse, I can right-click and go down to remove. I also have the ability to click on it and remove it here in the top right corner. These are some of the different opportunity or options that I have in order to know what to do with it. So what I want to do is I'm going to remove it and trash it. Notice here it says removed one file. I can click to undo. If I undo, everything restored back to the way it was. If I accidentally delete something, then I can undo it. But I do want it removed. But here's the thing with your Google Drive. Inside your Google Drive, you'll notice this last icon on the left-hand side. It says trash. Everything that I throw out goes to my trash and is stored there for a short period of time until I want to completely empty it. So once I trash it, it's not really trashed until I go through and actually empty my trash can. Kind of the way it is on a Windows-based machine. Whenever you delete something, it'll send it to your trash bin, and then you can right click and empty your trash bin, and which will then permanently delete. You cannot undo this action, so I'm going to empty my trash, and now it's completely gone. There's no restoring it at this point. You also notice here in the bottom that it shows how much data I have used on my cloud storage. With a Google Drive, if you are operating with a Gmail, you're going to get 5 gigs of storage space. If you're operating in a Google Apps for Business or an Apps for Education, then you're going to get unlimited cloud storage for Google Apps for Education, and typically there's 30 gigs of storage for Google Apps for Business. So since most of you are operating, especially those who are watching these videos, operating in a Google Apps for Education world through the school, you have unlimited cloud storage for your documents. If it is a Google document, Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google presentation, slides, those are not counted in your ultimate storage. So it will show you what your storage. If you click on it, it's going to show you what's eating up your storage space. So 156 megs so far in the drive storage, no Gmail, which tells me I have no emails, which is fine, and no Google Photos. Now, if you're using Google Photos, you can use that feature on your phone to back up all of your photos that you take with your phone, and you have unlimited storage there with your Google Photos. So you can back up as many pictures as you want. So when your device dies, you drop it in water, you fry it, you do something, and all of your pictures are destroyed off your phone, you don't have them anymore, you could have them backed up into your Google Photos. So here in my drive, you'll notice that I have 2 folders, Screencastify and TechSmith. Those are the 2 icons here. This what we're using. We're actually using TechSmith to do all these videos. If I need to create another folder, let's say I need to create a folder, I can click on New. When I click on New, it's going to give me all the different options that I have to be able to put something in here and connect more applications if I want to. But if I need a new folder, I can give it a new folder, and then I'm going to give it a folder name. and notice it's going to throw it into my folder list in alphabetical order. I can sort by name, last modified by me, or last opened by me. The difference between last modified and last modified by me, if you have these documents that are shared, if you have a folder or document that's shared with somebody else who has edit rights so you can collaborate with other people, have group projects and things, you can have it modified by somebody else before it's modified by you again. So it'd be last modified. If it's shared, it's going to be whoever last time it was opened and changed, not necessarily by you. So you can have last modified by me. You can also have details. It's going to show you all the things that you did and the activities that you had in your account. Some people find this a little scary, which it can be, but it does record every change that you make, and will show you all the different changes that you make in this video. And notice here it says permanently deleted things, that created 3 items, and so those things are there. And you can go into details, and then you can select a specific detail folder, and notice that once I click on TechSmith, it shows that I'm the owner, that its location is in my drive. It's part of the Google Drive folder. It was last modified by me at 10:53. That's when it was created, and it was opened, what, 4 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, and that it was created this morning. If it's not shared, notice that it says it's not shared. If I wanted to share this folder, then I can click on the little icon here with the little guy with the plus sign. And it's going to open up and say, hey, who do you want to be able to share this with? You would type in the person's email address and whether they can edit or just view it. If I want to just get a shareable link, which means that I don't want to share it with any specific person, then I can get a shareable link, and then I get to decide who gets access to it. Here I'd be able to select it for public on the web, which means that it would be able to be searched, and anybody who has a web browser would be able to find it, get into it, make changes to it, view it, whatever. On sharing, but they have to use the direct link. I'd have to send them the direct link, and they'd have to use that link in order to get access to it. It's not shareable. It's not searchable on the web. Anybody here that is within the confines of the school's email address system. That would be they would have to access it within an EmmanuelWarriors.org or an EmmanuelChristian.org email address. They would be able to get it. Anyone with Emmanuel Christian School with the link means that you can get to it, but you have to meet 2 criteria. One, have an Emmanuel Christian School email address, and also have the link, or off. I don't want to give anybody the ability to see it other than myself, and then I can change it that they can edit it or they can just view it. So that's where your sharing settings are done. It's very great. Parents and children, you can share it with a parent, so the parent can review it and kind of give suggestions and comments and those things. And we'll get into that more when we look at the Google document application and Google spreadsheets and the Google slides. The other thing here, you would be able to get the link in order to share it. You can share whole folders or individual files. So this basic structure here is that whenever I click new, I can create a folder. I can upload files. I can also upload by just dragging and dropping into the Google Drive. And then I can also create documents, sheets, slides, and then other applications that I've linked to this device. So my Google Drive is my storage. It is not storage directly on the device. This is storage that is in a Google Drive cloud storage that is accessible outside of this physical device. If I wanted to get the other place that storage occurs on the device, you would click here. I'm on my launcher. I went into all applications, and then I would click on files. This, you will see, hey, here's my Google Drive, here's my drive. There are all of the same icons that I've received. They are all here. If I have any offline content, this is where you can save things offline. If you set your Google Docs to sync offline, then it will sync the last 100 documents that you have done for offline access, so that you can use this without an internet access to be able to edit your documents, but it will only save it to your device until you connect to the internet again and then sync it with your older version. And we were saying in another video about your downloads folder that you can actually see where it's been downloaded and this is where it's going to download. So that's how you would find it, by going into your launcher, your all apps, and then clicking on files, and that's where you're going to find the file structure. Your Google Drive is your cloud storage, your downloads is your physical storage on your device, and offline will be your physical storage on your device. That's where your 16 or 32 gigs comes into play. So from there, we're going to stop this one for now and then move on with the Google Docs application.